Hi students. In yesterday's session, we have discussed about what is Python and what are the features. Like all these, we have discussed. And today we are going to discuss about other important features related to Python. We are going to discuss. So before starting the session, like this Python course is for 2 months. See, for new students, I'm repeating this. So this Python course is for 2 months, and after that we'll discuss about the project also. So this project will be for like 1 week or 10 days, and that project is based on desktop application and database programming will be there. So in this class we are going to discuss about, like in this batch. So we are going to discuss about Python features, then installing Python, and we'll discuss about fundamental data types, number system, and string handling, input function and conversion functions, then operators, and if condition examples, for loop examples, while loop examples, collection data types. Collection data types means a list, tuple, set, dictionary, then string manipulations, regular expressions, functions, exception handling, file handling, modules and packages. All these we'll discuss in core Python. So in advanced Python, we are going to discuss about object-oriented programming, then desktop applications. So we'll see how to design the form, placing the controls. So desktop applications we can call as GUI applications or Windows applications. And after that, we'll discuss about internet and email, networking, multi-threading, database programming. We'll call it as PDBC, Python Database Connectivity. And then we'll discuss about in database programming, we'll see how to connect Python program or Python application with SQLite database, with MySQL, with SQL Server, with Oracle and other databases. And here web scraping is there. That also we'll discuss. And after that, we are going to discuss about 3.7 features, 3.8 features, 3.9 features. So latest version of Python is here I'm typing python.org. So here it will show this. So 3.10.2 is the latest version here. 3.10.2 is the latest version. So here we'll discuss about all the old version features with examples. And after that, we'll discuss about like advanced Python libraries or Python modules like pandas, numpy, then scientific Python, matplotlib, cbon. Like all these we'll discuss with examples. So here in my classes, like every day I'll be sending you the notes and I will be sending you the recorded session. Okay, and here this training is like project oriented training, and what all examples we'll see, they are real time examples only, so that they can be the coding what you learn is used in projects. So here you can see the notes here, like folders, all these are there. So from every chapter, so I will give at least 20 to 25 examples, like programs we are going to discuss. All these notes I'll send to your mail IDs. And here we'll focus on programming also. Like every day, in every chapter, we are going to discuss about 20 to 25 programs. Like overall, 300 to 400 programs we are going to discuss. And those are not good in programming, or those who are new to programming. So you can understand, because we are going to students will listen from the beginning, from the scratch, so that all students can understand. Okay, so programming also students can understand. And this is like a project oriented training. After completing core and advanced Python, like those who work on projects, they can do coding, because we'll focus on basic Python, core Python, and also advanced Python. So we'll see many examples we are going to discuss. And here I will give you assignments, and I will interact with all the students. Like whatever doubts you have, you can ask me in the class. So once if Python starts, like data types and all, then I will talk to the students, I will interact, and I will ask questions, and I will give you assignments. So all these will be there. Okay. So yesterday I've told about like what is Python, what are the features, all these yesterday I've told. So here when we say about Python here, so Python is a powerful language, and it is called as a general purpose programming language. So using Python, we can develop any application. So it can be desktop application, or it can be website, or scientific application, or networking application, or games or animation softwares. Anything we can develop. And using Python, so using Python, we can it is using Python, we can work with mathematical and numerical calculations. And Python is used for automation, and Python is used to handle large amount of data. And any application can be developed in Python. So yesterday I've told all these things. Like those are absent, you can watch this session in YouTube. Otherwise, you can talk to online team. They will send you the link. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about the differences between other programming languages and Python. Okay. Because when you are learning any programming language, so you should know the difference. So, like some of you may not know about programming, but only just to understand, we will compare with Java and like other programming languages, only to just to understand. Okay. So here, when we are working with this, so when we are working with the languages here, so languages are classified into three types here. So high-level language, then middle-level language, and low-level languages are there. Okay. So here high-level languages means they are in English, so we can read, write, and we can understand. Okay. So all the programming languages like C, C++, Java, .NET, Python, all these are high-level languages. They are in English. Even SQL, even SQL commands, they are in English. Okay. So programming languages means they are high-level languages. And the middle-level languages are there. So we'll call them as intermediate code, or we'll call them as assembly language, we'll say. And also we'll call them as bytecode also. Bytecode means not binary code. Okay, bytecode means it is called the intermediate code, or it is called as assembly language. Okay, so I'll tell what is the use of bytecode, all these. And next, low-level languages are there. So low-level languages means like we'll call them as native code, or executable code, or we can say machine code, or we can say binary code. Binary means zeros and ones. So 8 bits is equal to 1 byte. 8 bits is equal to 1 byte. Okay. So here while working with programming languages, so we can see compiler and we can see interpreter also. Interpreter will be there. Okay. So here when we say about when we say about compiler, compiler means it will convert the whole program in a single shot. So in one stroke, all the statements are converted to the required format. So to middle level language, or else to low level language. So interpreter is there. So interpreter means it will convert line by line to machine code or executable code and gives the result. So if it is converting line by line to machine code and it is giving result, then it works slow. Interpreter works slow. Okay. Now here coming to this C language. So if I write a program in C language and when I execute the program, so when I use Control F9 in C language, so it will compile and it will execute. Okay. So when I use Control F9, then that program is converted to machine code and then we'll get the result, native code or machine code. So in C language directly, high level language is converted to low level language and it is giving the result, high level to low level. C program is converted to machine code or binary code or native code and then it gives the result. Okay. And here you can see Java is there. So here when we write programs in Java, so Java we will have compiler. So we'll say about Java as compiled and interpreted. Both will be there. Okay. So if I write a program in Java, then Java C compiler will be there. Like some of you may be knowing core Java. So Java C compiler will be there. So Java C compiler will take the program and it will give a bytecode. Java program is converted to bytecode. So bytecode is sent to JVM, Java Virtual Machine. So JVM will take the bytecode and then it will give a native code or executable code. Okay. So when we are working with C, C++, Java, .NET, all these, so in these languages, we'll write hundreds of lines of code or thousands of lines of code will write. Okay. So why? Because is like it requires a lot of coding in Java and in other languages. Let us say if a Java program is having 100 lines, then a bytecode also will have the same number of lines. So we can reduce those lines with using some functions. But bytecode also will be more only. Depends on the program what we are writing. Okay. So if a bytecode is more, again JVM will takes time for giving a native code or executable code. Okay. So if bytecode is more, depends on the program what we write, then JVM will takes time for giving a native code or executable code. Okay. So here when this conversion is done, bytecode to native code, so execution will be slow here. Java works fast only, but compared with Python, it is the execution performance is less. Okay, so now here coming to this Python. Okay, so students may be having a doubt like what is this Python is? Is it compiled or interpreted? Okay, like the trainers who teach old version of Python, so they will say that Python has interpreter and it works slow. Okay, but those are the trainers who are teaching latest versions of Python, so they'll say that like Java, Python is also compiled and it is interpreted both. Okay, so here if I write a program, so Python will call it as a lightweight software or we'll call it as a lightweight language. Okay, so why it is lightweight is the meaning of lightweight is write less, do more. So here less coding will be there. Why? Because is Python Software Foundation or Python community. So that organization, so they have developed hundreds of modules, thousands of modules. Modules means Python programs. Python files are programs. So by using them, applications or projects can be developed easily. So in Python, 90% of the work is already done. Okay, 90% of the code is ready for which is used in the projects. So from our side, we have to give only 10%. So when we give 10% from our side, then project development is done easily. Okay. So here in Python programs, Python programming, less number of lines will write. But in Java, like in Java, 90% plus 10% we should do. So we have to write hundreds or thousands of lines of code. And to do the project, it takes days together. Okay, but here with less coding, we can complete the project. Like for example, in Python, if I write 10 lines of program, so Python compiler is there here, Python compiler. So Python compiler will convert that Python program to bytecode. So we'll get bytecode. If a Python program is small, so bytecode is also less only. Okay. Again, this bytecode is sent to PVM, Python Virtual Machine. Virtual machine means it is a software. Okay. So Python virtual machine will take the bytecode and it gives a native code or executable code. Okay. So here we can say that Python program is compiled and it is giving bytecode. So bytecode is sent to PVM. So PVM will interpret the bytecode and it gives a native code or executable code. So in Java and in Python, we are seeing high level language is converted to middle level language. So bytecode means middle level language. So again, bytecode is converted to native code or executable code. Okay. So here, some of you may be having doubt why this high level language is not directly converted to low level language. So why it is converted to middle level language? So here you can see bytecode. So bytecode is used for portability or platform independence. So Java programs works in any operating system in any machine. So in the same way, Python programs works in any operating system in any machine. Okay. So here, like if I want to use Python programs or applications in any operating system, so in Windows, in Unix, in Linux, in Mac OS, anywhere, in any machine, if I want to use it, then through bytecode it is possible. So when we get bytecode from the program, from Python program, then through Python virtual machine, that bytecode can run in any operating system and it can run in any machine. So bytecode is used for portability or it is used for platform independence. Okay. So how this Python code or Python applications works in other operating system in other machines is through PVM. It is possible. Through PVM it will work. Okay. And here, when we say about this uh, Python here, only just to understand what is the difference between other languages, I am telling all this. So you students should know all these things. Students should know here. So here, when you work with Python, it works faster compared with Java, because here we can see less programming is there, less number of statements. So that program is converted to bytecode, and again bytecode is interpreted and it gives a native code or executable code. Okay, see, whatever I'm explaining in the class, it is 100% correct. Why? Because here we'll work with PYC files, .pyc files, .pyc files, Python compiled code files. Okay, in Python and in Django also we'll use that. Okay, we can see by Python files with bytecode. So if you want to see Python files with bytecode, the file extension is what? .pyc, Python compiled code files. That we can see in Python. In Django also, we are going to work with the .pyc files. Okay. So now here in yesterday class, as I told that Python is developed by Guido van Rossum. Okay. But after that, Python is maintained by Python Software Foundation or Python community. So here you can see the picture. So here Guido van Rossum who developed this. And here you can see this photo here, picture. So from where they took this name Python is many years back in BBC channel, one comedy show is to telecast. The name of the title of that comedy show is Monty Python's Flying Circus. So from that title they took this name Python, and they have named this software as Python. Without knowing all these, students can learn the language. But here I'm just telling why they took this name. All these I'm telling. Okay. And here when we are working with this Python here, so Python is simple and it is easy to learn. So compared with C language and compared with Java language, Python is a simple programming language. It is simple. So yesterday I've told. So Python language is like a beginner's language. So without having any programming knowledge or without knowing C language basics, any student, IT student or non-IT student, Any student can learn Python. It is simple. So because Python syntaxes are very simple, programming syntaxes we can remember and we can use. Rules of Python are also very simple. Every programming language will have some rules. Okay, so Python language rules are very we can easily follow, and Python is more understandable and it is more readable. So it is not difficult like other programming languages like C, C++, Java, and .NET. So we can understand and we can read the statements easily, and we can easily understand the meaning of the statements. Okay. So here Python software is a free software. Python software is free. So we can download and we can use it, and it is open source. So Python software is open, like the source or code is open. We can open the Python files or modules and we can see what code is written, what functions are created, all these we can check. And Python is a high level language. Like other programming languages, Python is also high level language. Like it is in English, we can read, write, and understand. And it is interpreted language here. Like it is both compiled and interpreted, what I said now. So Python program is compiled and it gives bytecode. Bytecode is sent to PVM and it interprets the bytecode and it gives native code or executable code. And here you can see Python community is a large community. Thousands of programmers or lakhs of programmers are working for this organization, for Python community. And these the members in the community are available in social networking sites, in forums, in QA science. In QA science, they are available. Okay, so while working with this, the members in the Python community, so they will giving you the technical support. Those are working on Python and other Python related projects. So if any issue is there, we can contact them online and we can get the answer. Okay, and they'll be giving technical support while developing the projects, and they'll give support while maintaining the projects also. So they are going to do that. Okay, and here when we compare Python with Java. Okay, so here in this case, here like one small example is there here. So some of you may not know about Java and Python also, but only just to understand. Like here, I'm going to tell you one example here. In Java, if I want to print hello world, then we have to create a class, we have to create a main function, and then we have to write the statements. So if I want the same output, so with one line we can do it. So in Java, if I want to print hello world, then there we need to write many options here. So here, if I want to get result here I'll say public class name is demo1 I'm giving, and here I'll write public static void main, then string args is given, and here I'll write system.out.println. So here hello world is given semicolon. So like this we'll write. So here to write this program, so those who are learning Java, they have to attend at least 15-20 classes. So then they'll have clarity like what they're doing. Okay. So public is there. It is the access modifier, public, private, protected. So here in object-oriented class is there. So they should know what is a class, what is an object, why, what is the use of it, all this. And here we are writing static, void, main. So main function is the entry point for the program, and program execution starts with the main function. In every programming language, a main function will be there. So a string args is given. It is like command line arguments. So it is used to send values to the program when we execute the program at command prompt. And here you can see system.out.println is given. System is the package. In, out will be there. println is the function, and hello world is given. Okay, and here the line should be terminated with semicolon, and to create a block we are using flower brackets, curly braces, like all these all these we need to implement. So all these decorations we have to give. Okay, so if I want the same output in Python, so when we install Python in this batch, I didn't tell about Python installation, interactive mode, batch mode. All these we didn't discuss. Only now basics are going on. Okay. So when Python is installed, here we'll get two icons here. Interactive mode and batch mode is there. So interactive mode means every line is executed immediately, and then it will give the result. Okay, and it is used to check the features of Python, how the modules are working, how the functions are working, we can check. And here ideally is there. Ideally we'll call it as a batch mode. So batch means a set of statements. Batch we can call it as a program also, set of statements. And here you can see ideally is there. It is batch mode. Ideally means integrated development learning environment. So in batch mode, we can write the programs and we can execute. So now I'll use interactive mode. I'm clicking on this, double click on this. So here we'll get like this. This is the window here. So here you can see prompt like this. So here you can see 3 greater than symbols is there. It is like so it is the prompt we are using. Okay, so here I'll type. So print. Then in a single quotes or double quotes, we can use a hello world. Single quotes or double quotes. So print function we are using. So it is giving the result. So there we are doing lot of things, but here we are writing print function and we are getting the result here. Like this in every program, in every chapter, we can see the difference. So we can see simplicity in Python language. So those who are still having doubt, so can I learn Python? Is it easy or difficult? So can I understand that language? So those are still those who are having doubts. So remove that doubt from your mind, because Python is it is a simple language compared with other programming languages. So IT students can understand, and non-IT students also can understand this language. So it will be very interesting also. So learning is easy, and using Python is also easier. And here you can see Python is portable and extensible here. So Python works in it works in any operating system. So we can use Python software or Python language in any OS. It can be Windows or Unix or Linux or Mac OS, AS400. So in any operating system it is used. Like why it is possible is so Python Software Foundation or Python community, they have developed a Python software for different operating systems. They have developed a Python for Windows, for Unix, for Linux, for Mac OS, for AS400, and for other operating systems. Here you can see, download the latest version of Python for Windows, or looking Python for different operating systems like Unix or Linux or Mac OS or other operating systems. It is available. Okay, so Python software or Python language is available for different operating systems. So we can download and we can install. Okay, and Python applications are also platform independent. Whatever applications we develop, desktop application or website or web application or scientific application or networking application or games or animation softwares, like all these works in any operating system. The Python application works in any operating system. Okay, how it will works, before I've told this, through PVM. So through PVM, Python applications works in any operating system and in any machine. So the system with any CPU architecture, the Python applications will run or they'll work. And here Python is extensible here. So extensible means while developing Python application, okay, so while developing Python projects, we can use other languages programs in Python, so that cross language communication is possible here. So in Python application, in Python project, we can use C, C++ libraries or header files. In C, C++ header files will be there. And we can use Java and .NET components or Java and .NET applications, programs in Python application, we can use it. Okay, so some students may have doubt. So why we should use other languages programs in Python? So can't we do everything in Python? We can do it. So Python is a powerful language and it has got its own features. So, but here what we do is we can bring other languages features into Python. Okay, every language has got its own features. Like for example, C, C++ is there. C, C++ is used for system programming, the programs which are used in operating systems. And .NET provides high-level security in the applications, for the applications. Java works faster. Okay, like all these features are there. So we can bring other languages features into Python. In Python application, we can use it. Okay, so that's why we'll call this language as extensible. Extensible. And here, when we say about this Python here, so in using Python language, web development is possible. Okay, so to develop websites, here different frameworks are available. Different frameworks are existing, like Django, Flask, Bottle, Pyramid, then Web2Py, Pylons, Turbo Gears. So many are there. Okay, so those who want to learn Django, first they have to complete Python. Core and advanced Python they have to complete. And after that, they can learn Django for website development. So Django means it is a framework. It is completely developed in Python language. In uh, okay, so student is asking doubt like what is framework. So when we say about programming languages, Python is a language. Okay, Java is a language. C# in .NET is a language. Using programming languages, frameworks are developed. Okay, so here Django framework is the collection of Python modules, Python programs, Python programs. Okay, so what I said now is Java, Python is a language. Using programming languages, frameworks are developed. So Django framework is the collection of modules, collection of Python files. Using them, Django means Python only. It is Python coding only. Okay. So using Python files or modules, websites or applications are developed. Okay, clear, student?
Yes, sir.
So here, using Django, websites can be developed. And here, when we are working with Python, we can work with artificial intelligence also. Okay, so when we say about artificial intelligence, like whatever we have in in a human brain, that is real. Like artificial means with the software or with the programs, we are working with this intelligence. Okay, like how the human brain will work, the programs or the softwares what we develop works in the same way. Okay, so to work with artificial intelligence or to implement artificial intelligence in the programs, in the softwares, in the applications, in mobile apps, then we can use this Python libraries or Python modules we can use. So SCI kit learn is there. So it is used to perform complex calculations. So whenever you want to do complex calculations easily, so if the line statement is for 2, 3 lines, so if you want to do it in a simple way, then by using SCI Kit Learn, we can perform complex calculations, mathematical and numerical calculations easily. And here Keras and TensorFlow is there. Like these libraries are used to implement this artificial intelligence here. Like how the human brain will works is like analyzing, then thinking and taking of decisions. All these will be there. Okay, so first is comes thinking will be there. Then after that analyzing. After that taking decisions. Like this it will works. Okay, so here whatever programs we write, whatever software we are developing, whatever applications we work, they'll work in the same way. Okay, so many applications will work automatically. Like in mobiles, we'll see in many software, in many devices, like whenever we say about automation, like these are very useful. Okay, so they can take decisions by themselves, and they can give the output. So every time it won't ask instructions from the user, so they can it can think, analyze, and it can take decisions. That possibility is there. Like for example in mobile, like when we install the apps like related to Ola or Uber, so there like that applications, those applications will work automatically. 1 or 2 instructions we have to give. So if I want to go for a ride, then I will, when I open the app, it will find out the search the location, and it will show the nearest cabs, and it will select the cab which is very close to us, and then it will send the cab driver's information. Then after that generating the OTP, and when we reach to the destination, then again with OTP we will know the price, amount, all these. Okay, so anybody can use that app, not only those who are well educated. Anybody those who have little bit of knowledge in English, they can handle that, because app is doing everything for them. Okay, like for example when we take food delivery apps, like if any restaurant is having 100 like orders from the different customers, and if less delivery boys are there, so those are like close to that restaurant or hotel, then that app will communicate with them. So they'll come, and they will take the food, they will deliver to the customers. All this is done. I'm just telling 1 or 2 examples. Like whatever apps we are using now, like all the apps will works automatically. Even in our mobile, some apps will works automatically without any instructions, they will work. Okay, so here you can see OpenCV is there. It is used for image recognition, color recognition, and if you want to implement biometrics in the application, okay, like a thumb impression, digital signature, when you want to implement all this, then by using OpenCV library, by using that module, we can do it. So here I'm just telling only 1, 2 examples to understand. And here you can see computer graphics is there. So here to work with desktop applications, or GUI or Windows applications, then here we can in Python we can work. As I told in yesterday's session, like advanced Python is completely based on desktop applications, like a GUI or Windows applications. So we'll design the form with labels and text boxes, and then buttons, like other controls will place. So like core Python is like CUI based, character user interface, like typing the programs, executing. Advanced Python is based on GUI only. I'll show you. Here you can see many examples on GUI, like desktop applications. I'll run this. So here I'm opening the program. So this is the program here. So this is the desktop application or GUI application, or we can call it as a Windows application also. So this is a registration form, and we can use this. I'll show you another example. So here I'm opening another program. So this is the code here. So here you can see this desktop application is connected with the database. Like here you can see 5 labels and 5 text boxes, 6 buttons are there. Adding records, viewing records, editing records, deleting records, clearing the values, closing the form, exit. All these are there. So advanced Python is completely based on desktop applications or Windows application. That's why I'm saying it is uh, interesting. See, Angular and React JS will not use in Python classes. In Django, they are used. While developing websites, they are used. Angular, React will not use in Python classes. This is like learning programming. So here you will learn how to do programming. And after that, in Django, you can work with Angular, React, all these are used there. So here we'll work with desktop applications, not websites in Python classes. Like if a student joins for Django, they will learn about all this. Like in Django classes, they will learn about HTML, JavaScript, CSS, jQuery, Bootstrap, DOM, all in Django. Okay. And here you can see this. Like if you want to work with desktop applications, if you want to develop games here, yeah, GUI based means it is desktop applications only. Okay, we here will not work with websites. Okay, websites user interface means all are used. HTML, JavaScript, CSS, jQuery, Bootstrap, DOM, all are used in Django. Here, GUI applications means Python code only. Here it is purely Python code. And here, to work with desktop applications or games, here we can use tkinter, Jython, WX Python, Pygame. All these are there. All these can be used. And here you can see testing frameworks are also there. So in Python language is having many frameworks like Django, Flask. Many frameworks are there. So here testing frameworks are also there. Framework is developed in languages like Python language, we can say. Okay, so here like many of you may be knowing about testing tools like manual testing, automation. So when it comes to automation, Selenium is there, and then we can see anywhere automation. Then Blue Prism is there, like RPA. Many are there. Okay, so in Python we can see testing frameworks which are developed using Python language. Like here you can see Splinter is there, PyTest is there. So using these, we can do testing. Okay. So here we can work with white box testing and black box testing also. White box testing means we can check the code, whether it is working fast or slow. So black box testing means we can check the screens or pages, like forms or pages we can check. Okay. And here while working with these testing frameworks, the advantage is so we can check the applications. So here we can check the applications, like we can check the code or applications on a cross platform, and on cross browser also we can check. Okay, so here when we say about cross platform, In different operating systems, we can check the code and we can check the applications. In browsers, in different browsers also, we can check the code and we can check the applications. That facility is there with testing frameworks related to Python. Okay, like in market, if any institution, if they are teaching testing tools in Python, okay, then you can learn. Okay, so Selenium works with Python language. Selenium works with Java. Selenium works with Python also. So if you want to learn testing tools like Selenium, Selenium you can learn. There Java, Python can be used. So these testing tools like Splitter and PyTest, these are purely in Python. And here you can see we can handle big data by using Python here. Yesterday also I've told this. Like when we are working with social networking sites, e-commerce websites, online shopping websites, cloud computing applications, all these works with a large amount of data which is in terabytes or petabytes. So day to day, these applications works with huge amount of data. So to handle or to manage a huge amount of data related to websites or applications, then Python can be used. Python can handle large amount of data related to websites or applications. So to handle data, we can see different libraries here, Python libraries. PyDoop is there, Dask is there, PySpark is there. All these can be used. And here Python is automation expert. So whatever work done manually using websites or applications or using any or in any devices, then Python can be used. Nowadays everything is automation only. So manual work is will not be there. Okay. So even in manufacturing companies, even surgeries also like automation. Okay. So in that case, Python is automation is a separate subject that we will not discuss now. In the next sessions, we are going to discuss about automation because many things will be there to discuss in this. And here next is data science is there. So after learning Python, students can learn data science. Those who are interested in programming, because in data science we have many modules like Python programming will be there, R programming will be there. So Python programming is used for mathematics, R programming is used for statistics. Okay, so like many other contents will be there in this. So here those who learn data science, then they can work as a data analyst or data scientist. So in every company, in every business, in IT companies, in automobile companies, in pharmaceutical companies, like in banks, in insurance companies, in every business, data analyst or data scientist will be there. Okay, so what they'll do is they will take the data of the company, old data of the company, and they will analyze the data and they will generate reports in different formats. So using data science, what they can do is using data science, they can like they can predict the future, like how the next month sales will be or next quarter sales will be, how the revenue will be, how the production will be. So they'll be knowing about the future. So like how this is possible is like if they take the decisions properly. So if the management or if the company or the chairman or CEO, if they take the decisions properly, they can run the business successfully. So to take proper decisions, then they should have a proper reports. Okay, like the reports, whatever they are having, it should be very clear. Okay, so data analyst or data scientist, based on the data what they are having, like 1 year or 4 years or 5 years data, they'll generate the reports. So based on the reports that are generated, then the management or CEO or somebody else can take the decisions and they can run the business successfully. Based on the decisions they take, then they can predict about the future of the company or business or organization. So if they want to run the business with a perfect planning, or if they want to run the business with perfect planning, so if they want to have their own strategies, if they want to have their own predictions, then it is possible with data science. So this science works with the information or data of the company, what they are having. Okay. So to work with the data science, here we can see many libraries here, Python libraries like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn. Like with all these, so we can work with the data or information. So only just to understand what is the use of these courses, like what is the meaning of them, like all this is very useful. So when students are learning Python, they should have knowledge about the other courses also. Okay. So in that case, here we are, here we have discussed all this in today's session. Okay, students, I'm stopping now. And tomorrow we are going to discuss about Python flavors, and we'll discuss about other important features like a strongly typed language, loosely typed language, like what is this actually this Python is, which concepts it will support. All these we are going to see in tomorrow's session. Flavors of Python means here you can see C Python, J Python. I will give clarity like what is the use of all these, and what is a strongly typed language, then loosely typed language. Many other important features will be there. All we are going to discuss in tomorrow's session. And those who are interested to continue the classes, those who want to join for this batch, so please talk to online team and register. Okay. So when you register for this batch, then I will send you the recorded videos, the recorded sessions, notes I will send to your mail ID. And after flavors of Python, then features, then we'll see installation, data types. We'll see all one by one we are going to discuss. Okay, students, any doubts are there? Anything to ask? If you have any doubts.
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is Uday actually.
yeah,
I want to ask related to this batch is right from 7:30 to 8:30 every day.
yeah, yes. The timing is fixed.
It,
Timing will not change.
it will not change, no?
Yeah, yes, yes.
Because okay, because I want to we have about working over here, so that's why I'm asking.
No,
And
no,
I
timing
want
will
to
not
again ask
change.
another thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
So whatever syllabus you have sent, that is through link. Okay. So if I want to
Yeah,
learn Django and some advanced part, that is from what we can say that NumPy and Pandas, after NumPy and Pandas, some advanced part if I want to learn. So how can
see
we
that
go for
see, I will give you the like introduction to all those. Okay, then if you want to learn Pandas, NumPy, it is in data science. When you join for that course, no data science course, like it is
Okay,
completely based on those libraries only.
okay, 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 fine, fine, fine.
Only basics I can explain. In depth means you will learn in data science.
In the data science. Okay,
Yeah, yes.
okay, fine, fine, fine. And
Okay,
what about Django?
Django you have to learn after completing Python. After
Okay,
completing
fine.
Python, you have to learn Django because it is Django is in Python only, no?
Yeah, it is framework. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Fine, fine, sir. Fine. Thank you.
Okay, students, any other doubts you can ask? Yeah, from first day onwards, I will send all the recorded sessions. Yesterday is the first day, no? I will send all the recorded sessions. Every day I'll send till the batch is over. Every day I'll keep on sending the recorded sessions. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, students, I am signing off. Tomorrow we'll continue. Okay.